Ron Van Leeuwen started it out of the back of a science fiction bookstore. He was just the comic guy there. And then once comics kind of took off a little bit, he opened up his own shop, turned into one of the biggest stores ever. Bit of a staple in the city, a lot of people would say. The guy who started it, the original owner, decided on the name because he was an animal lover, and he wasn't sure if the comics shop, because at the time comics weren't like huge, he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to sustain a comic book store. So he picked Silver Snail because, as an animal lover, if the comic shop didn't survive, he was going to open up a pet store. Yeah, I mean, when you're sitting there having a latte and you're just looking down this huge stretch, it's really tempting to just kind of like just walk down the aisle and see what's what. Also, it's just gotten a lot more socially acceptable to read comics. So I think a lot less people are afraid to walk into a comic shop and have one of their friends see them walk in. And I don't know. Also, just the amount of creators, like comic book creators, writers, and artists that get to do their own thing now, as opposed to just the mainstream Marvel and DC superheroes. A lot of these creators that will write and draw those as well also are now taking on like their own personal projects that they've been holding on to. Image Comics kind of being the number one creator-owned publisher right now. They're coming out with, I don't know, like 20 number ones every month, and they're all awesome. So, and it's not superhero stuff necessarily, so there's a lot more variety out there. If somebody wanted to read comics but didn't necessarily want to read a Superman or a Spider-Man, you can come in and read like a romance story or like a really good science fiction story. A lot more range in what you can read, and a lot more really well done creator-owned stuff. I think that's definitely helping the industry. It's my home, and I think a lot of people in the city, it's their second home. It's just, I don't know, I like it here.